Women's suffrage in the UK is often discussed in reference to the 1918 Act of Parliament that gave women the vote, with the centenary of the event getting special attention and many commemorations in 2018. Yet what is sometimes overlooked about this act is that it did not give women exactly the same voting rights as men. While the voting age for men was 21, it was 30 for women, which begs the question, why? Firstly, the 1918 Representation of the People Act didn't just give women the vote, it also granted universal male suffrage. Before that, only about 60% of men in the UK met the property qualifications to vote. The 1918 Act removed the property qualification entirely, giving 100% of men the vote. Whereas for women, the voting age was 30, and only if they or their husband owned or rented property valued over £5. The reasons for this different voting age between men and women was explained by Lord Islington, saying, "The age of 30, which was prescribed for the enfranchisement of women, was made not because of women of a younger age were considered less competent to exercise the vote, but rather because the inclusion of women between the ages of 21 and 30 might lead women voters being a majority on the register, and this was considered too drastic a departure in the realms of constitutional experiment, since if women had been given the vote on the same lines as men, they would have made up the majority of voters, because so many men had died during World War I. As it was, with this age difference, women made up 39.64% of the electorate. Interestingly, while women had to be 30 to vote, they only had to be 21 to stand in an election. One woman, Constance Markievicz, would even be elected in 1918, although being an Irish MP for the Sinn Féin party, just as the Irish War of Independence was about to start, she refused to attend Parliament and take her seat. Instead, it wouldn't be until Lady Astor won a by-election in 1919 that a woman would sit as a Member of Parliament. Whereas after Germany became a republic in 1918, women had equal voting rights to men, and with Germany suffering even more wartime deaths, women made up a clear majority of the electorate, as demonstrated by this German political cartoon where democracy is shown as a woman looking at German election candidates as if she were looking for a partner. Irish women would get equal voting rights on the creation of the Irish Free State in 1922, whereas in the United Kingdom, the difference would last for 10 years until 1928. It was judged that female suffrage had been a success and hadn't resulted in any great political upheavals. Therefore, in 1928, all women, regardless of the property they owned, were given the right to vote on the same level as men. As a result, the next general election, held in 1929, was known as the Flapper election. And so, after an extra wait of 10 years, women finally had the same voting rights as men, and they finally got to enjoy them just 4 months before the stock market crashed.